Welcome back, everybody. Matt here. Hope you're doing well. So this weekend we had the new Planet of the Apes film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, came out. This one is not directed by Matt Reeves. It's directed by Wes Small. Wes Small is known for the Maze Runner trilogy. That stars Dylan O'Brien. Also, this new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes takes place about 200 to 300 years after the Caesar trilogy. That's right up here. Originally, I thought that the monkey that we see in Kingdom was Cornelius, the little baby chimp from War of the Planet of the Apes, but it's not. And I also thought the girl from War of the Planet of the Apes was the girl a little bit more grown up in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But once again, I was wrong. Also, there is a concert going on near where I live, so if you hear some background noise, I can't help it. It is what it is, but I did want to get this review out to you as soon as possible. So, like I said this whole week dealing with these movies, I was a huge fan of the Caesar trilogy, one of my favorite trilogies of the past decade. I'm also a fan of the Planet of the Apes franchise. And so I was really looking forward to this movie. So let's get into it. Positives. I like how they still deal with the legacy of Caesar, who was played by Andy Serkis. He very much, throughout his spirit, his shadow, is in this movie from beginning to end. I really like that. I really like how they deal with the concept of Caesar as who he was. There's a group of apes that see Caesar as this, that he was like a bad ape, like he hated humans, he didn't like humans, he wanted to take over. And then there's another side of apes that know the real story of Caesar and no, he was a good person or a good ape. He loved humans. He was raised by humans. And I like that. It reminded me a little bit of like in our own religion or in our own, like when we hear about leaders or conquerors, you hear about, oh, he was a bad guy. And then there's another group of people say, no, he was a great person. Or he was a great leader. Or he was an awful leader. Or just in general, like religious people. Religious figures. No, he wasn't really like that, or, you know what I mean? And I like how they use that in the content, or in the themes of dealing with Caesar and his legacy. Some people saw him as someone who wanted to rule over humans, while others saw him as, no, he respected humans. The CGI is once again perfect. It's hard to say if it was better than what we saw in the Caesar trilogy. I think it looks better because we've gotten a lot of mad CGI in a lot of Marvel movies lately, and even some other things that when we see it in like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we were like, oh yeah, that looks really good. Well then, does it really look good compared to the Caesar trilogy? I don't know. To me it looked still the same. Not a bad thing. Because the CGI in these movies was great. I love the cinematography in them. There's a lot of great shots throughout the movie that I thought really looked good. Kind of like in War of the Planet of the Apes. So I thought the CGI and the cinematography out. Now I don't know with this one how much they shot on location, like out in the actual, outside or sound stages. I'm going to assume a lot of it was shot on a location. It just had that feel. Also, our main character, Noah, like I said, at first I thought it was going to be the young baby Cornelius from War of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar's son, but it's not. Maybe we'll see that ape down the road, I don't know. But I did like Noah. Noah's almost our own POV. He really doesn't know a lot about Caesar. He only has his own, his own group of apes, his own family, his own clan, and they have their own beliefs in their own system. Like they train eagles, and eagles are like their pets in a way, or like their guide. Um, it's funny, there was a scene in the movie where you see the eagles flying, coming in, going after the bad guy, and for some reason, maybe because of the Lord of the Rings stuff this week, I remember, who was it, Mary or Pittman? The Eagles are coming! The Eagles are coming! That was going through my mind. Then we had a whole bunch of eagles, and it just reminded me of Lord of the Rings. And I thought that was very interesting. So, and I like Noah because he learned that he was someone who didn't know about Caesar, never even heard about Caesar. He heard about him, but he didn't know the kind of ape he really was. So it was great to be kind of reintroduced to Caesar while letting our character Noah learn about him, learn about there's other apes out there that are bad, learn about this female character, that female human character, that he's trying to figure her out. Now, is he as compelling and as rich and as layered as Caesar was? No. Maybe he will when we get more sequels. They'll delve more into him. But I thought for his first movie, he didn't have that layering that Caesar had, in my opinion. May, played by Freya Allen. Now, I've never seen Freya Allen in anything. I've never watched The Witcher on Netflix. So this was my first introduction to Freya Allen. I thought she was really good in the role from my first time seeing her. I think he's a very mysterious character, and I like that about her character. She's also very complex. I'm not going to get into it, but this is a character where you can see where apes can trust her and not trust her. And that's where they can trust humans or not trust humans. And I thought that was I don't want to go into spoilers. And I hope, unlike the Caesar trilogy, where each new film in the Caesar trilogy, we got a new group of humans, I wish we followed somebody all the way through, whether it was James Franco or Jason Clarke. But I'm hoping with this new trilogy, I'm going to call it the Noah trilogy, that I hope Freya Allen returns for another film. Because I think exploring her character even more would be very interesting. Because we still don't know, even after the end of this movie, we don't know everything about her character, which makes me want to see more of her down the road. I like the ending. The ending for both Noah and Freya Allen's character is very interesting where they're going with this new trilogy. Obviously, the end game is basically to remake the original Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes. Now, how far down the road that will be, we don't know. But I knew what happens at the end. I'm like, oh, that is interesting. I wonder how that's going to play in the sequels now. Also forgot to mention, May is Freya Allen's character. But it was very interesting how they brought the lore of the Planet of the Apes, going back to the original, into this movie. I'm going to say a minor spoiler. When the apes see May, Freya Allen, the orangutan calls her Nova. Oh, that's Nova. We call all them Nova. All females Nova. Female humans. And then that's when I thought, oh, that's going to be the girl from War of the Planet of the Apes. No. Because in War of the Planet of the Apes, they call the girl in that movie Nova. Because she had the car decal, symbol, logo. And then obviously in the original Planet of the Apes, the Charlton Heston's friend / romantic partner was Nova. So I thought that was very interesting that the apes call all females Nova. And I like that. That brought some lore into the Planet of the Apes, some more background in the history. My negatives with this movie. Number one, I think this movie was too long. This is the longest Planet of the Apes movie in the entire franchise. War of the Planet of the Apes was 2:20. This is 2 hours and 25. Yes, it's only 5 minutes more. But I can't really pinpoint moments, but I did feel like, especially in like the second and the second half of the movie, when we get to Proximo, the villain of the movie, and I'm going to get to him, I felt like the story was slowing down and not ramping up and getting more exciting, if you will. Now, some stuff in there was really interesting and really like, yeah, I wondered what, when that happened, where did people go? Some people. And I thought, yeah, that's not surprising. Like, if there was a nuclear war or an asteroid was going to hit the Earth, all the government people would go underground in bunkers. And they never explored that in Apes movies before. Maybe I'm missing one that has. But I thought that was. I'm not going to go into it, but I thought, okay. But I still felt that dip in pacing, which I think at 2 hours and 25 minutes, you should have probably tightened some things up in the second half. Also, the villain, Proximo, Caesar. That's what he goes by. I think Kevin Durant did a really good job playing the role. I think a lot of problems I had with this character were, number one, we don't see him for, I want to say, a good close to an hour and a half into the movie. Like I said, this movie is almost 2.5 hours. And I feel like for a villain, you're not introducing him till almost more than halfway through the movie. Number two, I'm not when we do get him, he doesn't feel to me as menacing, as scary, and also what he wants doesn't, he wasn't like Koba in Dawn of the Planet, who's a real villain. Like, I never saw him, like, you look at Caesar, and you look at Koba, and each of them have their own motivations and goals and background and why one is okay with humans and why one isn't. With Proximo, I never got a real feel of who this character is. He wants one thing, and that's it. And I'm like, that's all? What is his motives? What is his drive? And like I said, I thought he was one of the weakest parts of this movie. Overall, I still think this was a very solid movie. I enjoyed the film, very entertaining. I liked Noah. I did like May, Freya Alice character. Once again, the CGI, cinematography, great. Action scenes, well done. And I'm looking forward to a sequel. I want to see this new trilogy develop. 4.2 out of 5. Not up there with the Caesar trilogy, but I would say definitely at least the fourth best Planet of the Apes movie that I've seen. So let me know in the comments below, did you see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Are you a fan? Were you a fan of this new film? Do you want to see where Noah and May go from here? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Matt the Matt.